You know, I'll be the first to admit, and I'm probably not the only one who feels this way. A lot of people in our country are actually really scared right now. They are. Like, there's just this sort of, like, foreboding sense of, like, what this election is, going to bring and, what is going to happen and, all that stuff. And I will admit, that was my low yesterday. Thankfully, though, my high comes in the form of the only thing I could do. I asked, the one person I could think of for advice. And that person was my father. Now, my father giving me advice really isn't anything new. I mean, he's given advice to me, all my life. In fact, before this one, the best, most recent example was after my grandfather passed away. So, with that said, I talked to him last night. And, I told him, how I was feeling, considering how, let's be honest, this has been a really terrible year. How bad this year was. Like, what's going to happen to us? To society. What are we going to do? So, and that's actually, listen, my relationship, I know I've said in the past that my relationship with my parents really isn't all that great. But one of my father's most definite redeeming qualities is the fact that when he gives advice, especially for an answer like this, it's actually so incredibly simple and straightforward that if it was a snake, it actually just would have bitten me. Like, this is something that I really could have told myself, but if I had known how to, but then again, only he would know how to do that. I wouldn't, because, I could say that to myself, but, what if I'm wrong? So, in a way, I went to the most supreme authority of the land. So, you probably wondering what advice he gave me. Well, so I did ask him, what are we going to do? And then he said, pretty much you and me and everyone else in society is going to do. We're going to wake up tomorrow and we're going to go about our day. See? It really was that simple. But, for starters, I wouldn't know to think that. But more importantly, if it was so simple, then why didn't I think of that myself? And honestly, I think it's just because, my father, no pun intended or no old joke intended, he's been around the block a lot. So, he gave me some advice and, he told me not to worry. So, even though I do sort of feel a little bit of foreboding, I'm not really going to let that bring me down. So, needless to say, my high was just getting advice from my father. And it's always so, and I just said this a second ago, it's always so weird how simple his advice is. Like, simple, to the point, easily digestible. Like, upon first glance, you never would have thought to, think of something so simple, but at the same time, it makes perfect sense to do so. And, I pass this advice on to anyone else who's feeling that way about the election right now. We're going to get up and go about our day. Excuse me. I've been dozing in and out periodically, I didn't actually stay up all night to watch the election, just, I wanted to, sort of keep tabs on everything. I still know, as of this recording, I don't know what the results are. I don't. And maybe I'll do a follow-up, tomorrow about what what I'm thinking. But, yeah. So, really, I'm just gonna, well, after I make this video, I'm just gonna go about my usual day. Nothing I can do. I mean, I voted. You know, I mean, I didn't get a sticker. To be perfectly honest, stickers are arbitrary. You know, it's the action of voting that really counts more. Plus, you know, I did, and you know what? That was my act of kindness. I voted. I'll say that as my act of kindness. Because here's the thing, and this is actually something that one of my all-time favorite culinary heroes, Andrew Zimmern, once said. It's our right to vote. You know, hundreds of thousands of people throughout American history have died for these very rights. And, you know, and again, if you didn't vote, that's fine. I'm not going to judge you for it. Partly because Lord knows other people may judge you, but I'm not going to. Also, you shouldn't feel embarrassed or harassed for voting. You shouldn't. You know, there's actually, there are some hotlines in each state that, like, if you're, like, embarrassed or if people are harassing you, you know, like the voter protection lines, I think they're called. Like, yeah, you can totally call them. You can look them up online. You know, they're in each respective state. So, yeah. But again, you know, I voted. Nothing can take that away from me. You know, if the person I voted for wins, that's great. If not, no, well, I did all I could do. So, it's really in fate's hands now. Again, I'm not gonna go into who I voted for or, you know, any of that stuff. I mean, I have shared what my basic political views are. So, it should probably give you a brief idea as to who I voted for. But, you know, I'm just going to say, again, if the person I voted for wins, great. If not, oh well. All I can do now is exactly what my father said. Just go about my usual hump day. Good morning and happy hump day, everybody. So, with all that said, you know, I didn't even think about looking up the new Hot Ones guest yesterday. Partly because, again, I wanted to talk about something a little more, well, even though Hot Ones is uplifting in its own right, you know, I want to talk about something a little bit different. That's why I showed off my wizarding passport from Pottermore. So, yes, it was really great. I showed everybody that, you know, nothing. I mean, again, it took me a lot longer than it should have for me to do it, but I'm so glad I did. So, with that being said, I did look up yesterday's Hot Ones guest, or Thursday's Hot Ones guest, I should say, because today's Wednesday, and the episode's Thursday. And it's an American rapper called Saweetie. Hold on a second. Okay, let's see. American rapper. That's the release of her single Icy Girl. Warner Records. High Maintenance. Top 40 single My Type. Yeah, I'll be honest, I really don't know who this person is. Other than I'm looking her up as we speak. And apparently she broke through in 2016, 2018. Okay. Other than that, you know, let's see. Personal life, dating rapper Kylie Quavo since mid-2018. Cousin of Gabrielle Union. Okay, another Hot Ones guest. That's pretty cool. Grandfather was Willie Harper, who played for the 49ers. And, okay, so she is a bit of a pedigree. All right. You know, it's good that I'm learning about this kind of stuff. So, yeah. Honestly, I mean, all I can really do right now is speculate as to what questions Sean's going to ask regarding, tomorrow's episode. I mean, of course Sean's going to ask her all about, stuff involving breaking through in the music scene. It would really be cool if he did a question involving Gabrielle Union. Just because, again, Gabrielle Union was on Hot Ones herself. That being said, though, if Gabrielle Union was on Hot Ones, eventually her husband D-Wade is going to have to do it, Dwayne Wade. That would be really cool. I mean, again, I'm just speculating at this point. I mean, obviously music during the whole pandemic thing is going to be brought up. Yeah. All you can do now is think about and speculate what tomorrow's episode is going to bring. Yeah. Although, I guess I could probably tell you a little about my voting. Here's the thing. I actually had a really busy morning yesterday. Well, obviously, after I made yesterday's video, I went to go vote immediately. And the line was already incredibly long. I'm not even kidding. Funny thing though, I voted in a town hall in Big Flats, New York. In the town hall of Big Flats. And my father was actually going to vote in the morning. In fact, I actually saw his truck pull into the parking lot, but I could tell right away that he saw the line, and he's like, "Nope." So that was nice. I mean, it was a long line to be sure, but I actually didn't really wait that long, 10, 15 minutes. So, bit of a wait, but nothing weird or anything. After that, I quickly went to visit my mom in the morning. And I told her about how, since late September, I've shared this on camera before, I've had an ear infection, post-nasal drip. So then my mom was like, "Why don't you go to the walking clinic in Corning?" Here's the thing. I actually didn't know this until yesterday, but apparently walking clinics can prescribe antibiotics. And that's why, because I didn't know they could do that. So, yeah, I'm finally taking an antibiotic right now. Don't know what it is. All I know is that, I am taking one. I feel all the better for at least doing so. And health-wise, I'm feeling a lot better. I actually kind of had a decent night's sleep last night. So, that's really nice. Again, if you feel as if there was a problem with, the election this whole time, don't worry about it. Again, whether or not the person you voted for wins or loses, or maybe didn't vote, whatever, again, all we can really do is just listen to the advice that my father gave me, we're going to get up and go about our usual day. And whatever the results are, they are what they are. That's really about it. It's actually supposed to be kind of nice out today, 60, which, alright. Usually early November, there'll be a quick warm spell. I remember back in 2016, which was easily one of the hottest years on record, it was the day I went to go see Doctor Strange, which was November 5th, I think. Was it November 5th? Or 6th? I forget. But, that Friday, it was pretty warm. You could almost wear, shorts and a t-shirt. It was so warm out. Anyway, that's really all I have to say right now. Again, I hope everyone had a great election day yesterday. If you voted, that's great. If not, that's fine as well. I'm never going to judge. You know, for those of you who did vote, you know, you did your civic duty. And if you want to say that's your act of kindness, go right ahead. That's what I did. And, yeah, all we do now is just go on about our day. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow me in the searching platform, turn notification on YouTube. I'm very humbled to make this video for all of you guys watching do it today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful hump day. And remember, if you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.